viewpoints and beliefs presented on this program do not necessarily reflect those of the management, the affiliates and broadcast partners, or the sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Scarefest Radio, the radio you can see.
And hello everyone and good evening. Welcome to Scarefest TV, the original broadcast date, July 25th, 2025. And tonight we're talking Haunters Against Hate, and my co-host is the lovely and talented Joanna Hofstetter, who this like twice in like 2 weeks. So
yeah, I feel totally special.
Yeah, like, is that like special ed or different special? There are various types of special. That's all.
You know, you calling me horseface?
No, I don't believe I did. That went off the rails quickly. Our guest tonight is Rob Whelan. Rob Whelan, who is the de facto representative for Hunters Against Hate tonight, because we couldn't get the head honcho. So Rob offered to come on the show and talk about the upcoming event and what he'll be doing there. And so, And before we get into it, and I do have a review tonight. Joe Lewis is reviewing The Lair. I think that's a 2022 movie. And if you get bored at the half-hour mark because I have so many announcements about stuff, not people, stuff, blame Adrian. She gave me a list as long as your arm, and she just thinks I can do this stuff. I'm an artist. That's all I'm saying. I'm an artist. Okay, Rob, welcome back to the show. Of course, Rob's been on the show talking about his own seminars, and we'll be talking about that a little bit tonight. But we do want to spend some time talking about the upcoming Haunters Against Hate event, which they're calling it, as I understand, Season of the Witch.
Yeah. This is their third one. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, this one is Season of the Witch. So there's a witch theme, even though it's not what I'm doing, but there's a witch theme.
This is coming up, everybody, August 8th through 10th, first of the month. If you want to play the home game, HuntersAgainstHate.com. HuntersAgainstHate.com. And they even, actually pretty smart, they even have a separate website for the event. I don't love the URL, but it's good. HAHtheevent.com. So just giving everybody a mouse wheel. Oh, that's just wonderful. What the hell? We've got cat hair on it. We've been talking about cats. There we go. Okay. Back to the show. Okay, first, Rob, tell us about, let's talk about the organization, Hunters Against Hate. I don't know a lot about it. I mean, I know the theme, but kind of tell me what you know about Hunters Against Hate as an organization.
Okay. So, and I'm not the expert, of course. Paul Lanner, who founded the organization and is organizing this event, is on the road. This tonight was the night that we could get on the show with you, but he is in Texas at the Texas Haunters Convention, and so he is tied up doing that. So I'm here in his stead with what knowledge I have. I know a lot about what I'm going to be doing at the event, but I can tell you what I know about the organization. He's had this around for a while, and it's his dream of presenting the haunter community as a unified, welcoming type of environment, and trying to create a place where everybody gets to be who they are, right? And the emphasis that you see on the website is LGBT plus, which is the community I'm a part of. But that's not all there is to it. It's anybody. It's religion, it's race, whatever, whoever you are, we love you. So show up and come see us. The event is maybe not what people who go to Scarefest look at as a convention because it's for haunters, not necessarily fans. It's a different audience. And I don't know how many of you folks are familiar with haunter conventions versus something like Scarefest. We can talk about that if you want. But he uses these events to raise money. There's also a membership that you can get in the organization, and he raises money for various LGBT plus organizations. You can go to the Hunters Against Hate website, and there's a list there of all the organizations that he's managed to help. It's a good list. So when I found out this event was happening, I'm very one that I very much wanted to work at. So fortunately, Paul and I have been able to work it out so I can be there. I'm sorry he can't be here tonight, but I'm happy to, stand up for the organization and promote it. And I think the core values fit right in with Scarefest and the Scare fam. So happy to be here.
One thing of course, I don't know if you even know this, because it's really a question for Paul. Do you know if he was involved? How was his involvement in the Haunter community? Do you know how that came about to bring about this organization and event?
I don't. I've worked with other haunters, and it's a pretty tight community, to be honest. But I don't know how Paul got involved in that. I know that he discovered the haunt community, and he's been an active participant in that, and then applied that and the welcoming nature that he found in that community, and is working now to expand on that. So that's the mission of his organization. And now we have his third event, Season of the Witch, as you said, August 8th through 10th. It's going to be at the Crown Plaza in Louisville. So it's not too far from Lexington. If any of our Lexington Scarefest fam want to jog on over.
Joanna, over to you, and then we'll get back into that after we take our first break. Joanna?
Awesome. Good evening, Rob.
Good
Thank you
evening,
so much
beautiful.
thank you. So thank you. I'm glad we're having a little drink together.
Just what you
Yours
need
is
for
a little
encouragement.
a little fancier than mine, but so if
cheap wine, plastic glass. So there's nothing fancy in my house.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. So if I were to come to one of these seminars, what could I expect from the experience?
So what we do, it depends on what you're looking for, because we're going to do four different classes. So it's a weekend curriculum across the 3 days. So depending on which workshop you come to, we start you out on Friday. We give you some appliances, prosthetic appliances and things like that. And we walk you through applying it, and then you paint it. Okay. And then on Saturday, we let you make your own. And Saturday evening, we're going to do a demo class on how to cast your face so you can customize the prosthetics to fit your actual face.
Oh, wow.
And Sunday, for the first time ever, I'm going to do an advanced class, which is something people have asked for, and I've never done it. And Paul has gotten enough space to where we can go ahead and do that at Hunters Against Hate. And I believe we're going to do the same thing at Scarefest weekend. So that one, you'll get a kit of professional supplies, real Hollywood stuff. All right. And we're gonna make zombies in the class. So we'll give you some pro stuff, and as it stands now, Honors Against Hate, I'm going to teach the application, how to put this stuff on you. And then we have anybody in makeup knows the show Face Off. We have artists from that show that are teaming up with me there, and they and I are going to jointly teach that Sunday workshop. And I think one of the face-off artists or two of the face-off artists are going to teach how to paint that once it's on your face, how to actually make yourself zombied up. So hopefully, if you came Sunday, you would come in as a living person and leave as a dead one.
Oh, wow. That is awesome. I love it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and you can even get selfies with the face-off people that, you know, in the makeup they taught you how to do. So I think it's going to be an absolute hoot. And you get this huge kit of stuff that's yours to take. You get to keep it and play with it. And we're never going to be able to cover everything that's in your kit. So I'm also creating videos on the things that are in your kit that we won't get to show you in the one class. So this is really trying to push people forward. I'm always looking for that next artist, right? That's why I do it. So this is like somebody who thinks that they can't make that leap and show them they can. They really can. So yeah, you come take our classes. You'll love it. Everybody loves them. They're fun.
Yes, that sounds amazing. So probably what kind of application or what theme would probably be your favorite?
Oh gosh. I am a zombie fan. Um, from a makeup perspective, I like it because you can pretty much get away with damn near anything and be a zombie. That's very creative. It's very creatively open. If you go for something like an intense character makeup like Pinhead, it's a great makeup, but you're very limited in what you can do, and you can't, you know, you really have to adhere to a lot of rules. If you're just dead, you can pretty much do whatever you want. So it's a really good place for people to start, right? So,
Okay.
and I love zombies. I'm a zombie guy from way back. I'm not much of a slasher film guy, Scarefest, big slasher corp, but zombie, yeah, throw me some zombies down there. I'll eat brains with the best of them.
Oh, right on. Yeah, we love our zombies too. Oh, all right. So how about we go back to US?
Yeah.
Everybody, let's go ahead and take our first break. We'll be right back with more Scarefest TV.
Are you a fan of horror movies, books, comics, music, and collectibles? Room magazine is for you. Subscribe today to receive 6 or 12 print issues annually and join me, executive editor Andrea Subisati, on an ongoing journey through the horror genre of the past, present, and future. Plus, get access to unmissable special editions such as A Century of Witches, 50 Years of Gore Cinema, British horror movies, and so much more. Rue Morgue, the world's premier horror and culture and entertainment magazine since 1997. Accept no substitute.
And welcome back, everybody, to Scarefest TV. Tonight we're talking to Rob Whelan. We are talking about the Haunters Against Hate event coming up in Louisville. Okay, now you've established that this is not what they see at Scarefest. As far as the guest celebrities, they've got actually, I think it was 6 of the people from Face Off, which is actually a fairly good accomplishment. I'm thinking like season 7, season 11. I lost track after season 2. I think that's when we got rid of the Sci-Fi Channel. Never saw it again. But I am curious, do you know what type of vendors this convention draws? In other words, when people come in, besides your obvious great seminars, what can people expect to take up their time during the convention?
Yeah, so there are vendors, and I forget exactly how many. The website has a list of them, So all those folks will be there. The face-off guests are also kind of vendors. They're going to have some stuff for sale. And then actually, for a first time, I'm probably going to have some stuff because people keep asking me when I do these, where do I get this? Where do I get that? That kind of stuff. And it's a lot easier for me to just have it there and let them get it. So a lot of vendors, we've got a lot of makeup people that are sponsoring the show, but won't be there as vendors. So I would say there were like 50 or 60 vendors. Go out to the Haunters Against Hate website. There's a link there for vendors that has everybody. So, and then we've got a schedule of events. We've got, I think, Bella Lugosi's grandson is coming and doing some stuff on Dracula. We've got goats. we we've got Ouija instructions, drag show. There's a seminar on Wicca, which I hope the schedule's not set yet, but I hope I'm free to go to that one. I don't know whether I will be. So yeah, there's plenty of stuff going on. There's a drag show, of course. You can't have that without a drag show. You've got costume contests. Trying to think what else there is, but there's plenty going on to keep you busy. And then, of course, if you're a makeup person, the face-off artist, and if we're not teaching, we'll be floating around, and people are welcome to come and talk and ask questions, figure out, if you'll tell me what you're trying to do with makeup or your haunt characters or something, I'm happy to give you my knowledge and help you try and figure it out. And I think a good thing that I'm looking forward to is this is a really small convention. So hopefully I'll have time to actually talk to individual students as opposed to big classes of people. And I'll get to spend some time with people, helping them work out what it is they're trying to do. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, I mean, what you just described, with the exception of the celebrity-centric corner of the building that Scarefest is famous for, these are the type of things our people can see when they come to Scarefest.
Absolutely.
Now, I am curious, and it's kind of a follow-up to what you were talking to Joanna about, your advanced class using real makeup, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How different is that for you? Working with actual makeup instead of like cornstarch and butter and whatever else you described.
Well, that's honestly, that's what when I'm doing things for myself or whatever, my own cosplay, that's what I use. But I started with the stuff that I teach people in the initial seminars. So for me, it's not that much different to use the materials. That's a lot different to teach it. You're sort of touching on that professional level stuff, and that's a level that I don't want to teach that. That's not the audience I want. So it's different to teach, but I'm very comfortable using the materials and doing all that. And they just get an ass ton of stuff in this kit. They could never touch it for what's being charged. And the advanced class is a fee. It's an all-in-one, and the fee covers the kit at my cost. There's no profit being made here, and there's enough there to keep you busy for a really long time. So, well
now,
worth it. Well worth it.
I think we may have asked you this before. If a person, beyond your little concoctions that absolutely sound great, and you were quite eloquent describing them last time you were on. But if somebody wants just down and dirty, wants some good Halloween makeup, where would you send them online?
Oh, online?
Well, I mean, or in real life. I mean, that's nobody shops anymore. But go ahead.
No, God, I don't leave the house unless I just have to. there's a bomb scare or something like, but the so I have, if you're looking for sort of the pro level stuff, I have a company outside of Atlanta called Fox and Superfine that I work with. I don't get anything from them, but I've taken some classes down in their facility, and I work with them, and they have helped me through some questions I had about professional materials because they're really touchy sometimes, and they've been able to help me through all of that. So that's where I send people if you're looking for sort of the movie quality stuff. And that's where all the artists in Atlanta go. All the film and television and music videos down there. It's insane how much work there is for makeup artists, and that's where everybody goes.
Now my own experience, Circus Envy came on and gave me some recommendations. Of course, I don't do the zombie makeup or anything. I just basically wanted to do more of a white face with black, horror type host outline.
Yeah, yeah.
And he hooked me up with professional quality makeup, and it looked like shit. But I will say, I have no talent for that. But I will say the cool thing, rather than actually removing it, I just took a paper towel and smeared it, and that made a really good look. So everybody, even if you're not good at this, there are little tricks that can give you the effect that you want.
We call that blending, Wes.
Is that what it was?
Did you just do like the raccoon thing? And
that's pretty much it. Started out, well, it forces to be.
Yeah.
Of course, see, I'm a hard one because I have the beard. And there's only so much.
Yeah, that is difficult.
Yeah,
that is tough to work with.
So basically, I just had white face blended into the beard, and then I tried to do the black. If you're doing white and black, for example, okay, what I just described, would you put the black around the eyes first, fill in with the white, or because that was my problem, I had no defined edges.
Oh yeah, it really kind of depends on what paint you're using. But
let me go back to my Amazon cart and I'll see
for most things, you would put down the lighter paint first because it's easier to darken something than it is to lighten something. It doesn't matter what you put on top of black; it's still black.
Okay.
Right. So, one tiny exception might be if you're using like an oil-based white, which doesn't cover very well. Okay, so that's good at like making somebody look pale, but you might, in that one case, want to put the darker stuff on and then just be really careful so you don't get your black all mixed in with it, and then you get nothing, right?
In my defense, I was working in the bathroom for clarity the first time I did.
Hey, that is part of it. That's one of the things that I teach. Like, that's something that the movie stars and these big pros, they're not working in a hotel room looking in some shitty lighting in the bathroom mirror, and they've wheeled whatever desk chair they've got in the room in there, and you can see yourself like from this far up in the mirror. And Hollywood artists don't work like that. So that is unique to cosplayers and indie filmmakers working out of hotel rooms and that kind of stuff. That's my crowd, right? So, you're absolutely right. That really does complicate things. So you should come take my class so you don't wind up putting makeup on and then looking like you looked.
Maybe I liked it.
Maybe you liked it. I don't know. It's up to you, man.
You're beautiful no matter what, Wes.
we love you anyway.
The smeared look was good. I'm going to defend myself. The smeared look I thought looked really, really good.
All right. So I want to go back to the beginning. What drew you to this art form?
Oh, gosh. Well, I'm a nerd, obviously, or I wouldn't be on this show. So, and so, I grew up with sci-fi and all this kind of stuff. And oddly, it was the Face Off show that I've mentioned. That came on the Sci-Fi Channel, and started watching that because I'd always had an interest in how things worked, how it was done. And that's just sort of the engineer, tinkery sort of guy in me. And I fell in love with that show, right? And watched it all and went out to the convention scene. I was going to conventions. And I was like, I need training in this. I want to learn how to do this. And they would have makeup artists come in, the conventions would, and they would go up and they would do a demo, and they would paint somebody. And it was great, but they would put somebody on there and they would start whipping out their, one of their 50 different airbrushes that they had, and $800 worth of specialized paints, and they're doing all that. And I'm like, fuck. It's great, but I can't apply any of this. I didn't learn anything. All I learned was what you could do, not what I could do. So that frustrated me a lot. And I had done some of it on myself and this kind of stuff. And one day I was like, it just doesn't exist out there. What I'm looking for doesn't exist. So I should do it. I should start it. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know enough to do that. I'm just me, and and I just muddled through it. And so I spent time thinking about that, and I was like, I still know more than they do. And so I'm just gonna go teach what I can teach and do what I can do, right? And do my best for the art and for these students. And 10 years later, I'm still doing it. And I know a whole lot more than I did then. And I'm a lot more popular at it than I was then. But the goal is still the same. I still haven't seen anybody doing it, right? Not where you go in and you get your hands dirty on your face. Uh, I don't see that happening. So I do it. I'm looking for somebody. I tell people it's the goal of every good teacher to create something better than themselves. So I'm always looking for the creative ones and trying to do my best for them. That's how I got started.
I love
Here
that.
I sit. And Honors Against Hate, I will be teaching alongside the very same people who originally inspired me, which tells me I did a good job here. And if I can do that, I think other people can do that as well. So I hope that's encouraging to people who think they can't do it.
Hell yes, that's awesome.
I'm going to be teaching with the people that I watched on TV who taught me.
Amazing.
So yeah. And with Scarefest weekend, we're doing the same thing. And we've got Joe Castro coming, who was also on the Face Off program briefly. That show's not for everybody, and he wound up leaving the show, but he was there. And in fact, I talked to him today. I wanted him to come on here with me and talk about what we're going to do at Scarefest, but he's on a movie set, so he's going to be working until 2 a.m. and I didn't want to try and pull him off of that. So I think I've come full circle on this thing, right? I'm kind of proud of it.
As you should be, very much so. Yes. Yes. So, in your toolkit, what are some must-have items that you have to have, or the most vital ones?
Oh gosh. Well, my must-have toolkit is like this towering thing, but I have a kit, and actually the students in the advanced class will get something smaller but very similar that I can take into a hotel room, and I can actually sculpt a whole prosthetic, small prosthetic, make a mold of it, make the prosthetic, paint the prosthetic, get it on my face, and it gets about that big. So I take that to all the places. but it's going to be things like adhesives, brushes,
Mhm.
paints. Honestly, people think they need a whole lot of different color paints. You don't really, depending on what you're trying to do. If you know a little bit about mixing colors, you can have some pretty basic paints and make whatever you want. But the adhesives are important, bulb caps are important. So those are sort of my must-haves. Yeah. You got to stick it
Okay.
on and you got to take it back off. Everything else between there is up for grabs. That's the art part.
Right on. All righty. I'm going to kick it back over to Wes.
Our announcements for the evening. We're going to kick it off with my good buddy Dustin Perry. Dustin Perry from Ghost Hunters and Ghost Hunters International is returning to Scarefest Weekend this year. And little trivia, if you haven't read the book, he is also the man behind Paranormal Highway. So if you don't know the story on that, you need to buy his book. Fair enough? Buy his book. Brad Greenquist, which oddly enough, I could have swore I had already announced Brad Greenquist, of course, of Pet Cemetery, but I saw his picture and I'm like, didn't we already announce him? But I went on the website and he wasn't there. So I don't know. I guess I dreamt it in a fever-pitched alcoholic thing. I don't know. They do want me to remind you, they have posted a buttload of photo ops. A buttload of new photo ops went up just this week. So if you haven't stopped by the photo op page for a while, you want to see some of your stuff. But we got Nightmare on Elm Street 1, 2, 3, 4. Robert and Heather duos up. Beatrice Bupley in costume.
Yeah.
Love that one. Zach Galligan prop photo op. Devil's Reject Group. Tom Savini, John Jarrett, Mike DeLuna in costume photo op. Those are all up. Just went up apparently this week. So if you haven't been to the photo op page, go to scarefestweekend.com, click photo ops, and see what all is new there. See, this has a special blurb here. We've got something really special for Reanimator fans. Barbara Crampton worked with artist Matt Ryan Tobin to create a stunning 40th anniversary poster. And while Barbara won't be able to join us for the reunion this year, she
beautiful.
Still wanted to be part of the celebration. We will have a limited number of these 11 by 17 prints, hand signed by Barbara, available exclusively at the show. No shipping, only at the show. Don't miss your chance to grab one. So when you get there, be sure to find out the story on that. The 40th anniversary poster, autographed by Barbara Crampton. And on the mask we've got for sale, the Jason mask, we're down to like 7, and I think she said the wall mounts were already sold out. So whatever the other one is, I haven't looked. Anyway, we're down. These are almost sold out. Is the point? If you've been putting it off, you waited too long. 7 left. Wicked Beard's Cosplay Showdown. We will be doing online pre-registration this year. It will be the first time we're doing it, so be patient because we might fuck it up. But it won't be a free-for-all. You can sign up for group A, B, C, or D with approximate start times, so it's not everybody show up at 4 o'clock and stand around. The whole pre-registration thing will be split up. They're getting ready to launch that online. I do want to give, if you know any filmmakers, I want to give you the heads up, or if you are a filmmaker, if you're watching the show, if you're involved in the film industry to some degree, whatever. We're getting ready to go into the final month of the application process. Basically, you upload films, got to be judged, but August is it. At the end of August, we shut it down, we do the judging, and then we have all that ready. And so if you know somebody who's been saying, they enter the film festival, yeah, they better do it now. I was informed today that the Warrens Museum After Dark investigations, we got one on Friday night, we got one on Saturday night, arguably are 50% sold out because somehow one group on Friday, and I'm not going to say which one because I'll get it wrong. There are two groups a night, basically, is how it works. One group is sold out on Friday night, and one group is sold out on Saturday night. Now, you get to pick your group. It's not like this is and it's the opposite groups. The early group is sold out one night, and the late group is sold out. Anyway, what I'm telling you is 50% sold out. At that rate with, see, August, September, October, less than 3 months ago, these will probably sell out. If you're wanting to do the after-hours investigation with the Warren Museum, you better be getting your tickets now. Talk Scary to Me, roughly same story. I think she said about 50% sold. So yeah, that is selling quite briskly. Probably will not be available the weekend of. So you might just want to go ahead and get in on that. Same story roughly with Spirit. We're of the Vineyard Paranormal Investigation with the Tennessee Wraith Chasers. That event is up on the website in the event section and or add-ons. I guess you got it under add-ons. Roughly, that will probably sell out because I'm trying to remember the number she quoted me. Not that many tickets. The place isn't that big to begin with. So yeah, that's you're gonna miss out. You're gonna miss out. Now, our gallery. Now I don't know how far along we are on this. I just want to bring it to your attention that we do have a psychic gallery reading with Rob Thompson and Patty Negri. Rob is from England. Patty's from the West Coast. Both respected famous psychics in their area, and reconnecting with spirit. The gallery reading that is a ticketed event at Scarefest. That if you like gallery readings, spooky, and talk to your dead cousin, get in on that. Now, I do want to remind everybody that the Central Kentucky Mystical Market, you missed this month if you didn't go, but the August show, mark your calendar, 16th and 17th. The upcoming, it's the third weekend of the month if you want to play the home game, but 16th through 17th of August is the next Central KY Mystical Market. You can go to scarefestweekend.com, click the link from there, or look them up on Facebook. Next weekend now, there won't be a Scarefest TV episode. I will be at CreepyCon in Knoxville Convention Center. If you're there, stop by the Scarefest booth and say hi. And please come and see me, please. And I probably won't be in makeup, but I do want to get that a plug. Now, we are talking tonight, of course, about the Haunters Against Hate event, Season of the Witch, coming up the following weekend. That's 8th and 9th, I believe is correct.
8 through 10.
8 through 10. Yeah, there it is on the actual banner. I could just look at the banner. In itty bitty print, in my defense, and I'm an old man with bad eyesight. Finally, I do want to give a plug to Rewind Time. That's Adrian's brainchild, Saturday, August 23rd. Now there, I won't be in makeup, but I will be doing really bad tarot card readings. Really bad tarot card readings will be at Rewind Time. Yay! It's cheap, it's fun. I cuss even more than I do on the show when I do them, but I just want to throw that out there. A lot of toy vendors, great toy vendors and stuff. And finally, we want to talk about our friend Barb's, she's a friend too. Anyway, get to the point. Fear the Talking Heads, at Fear the Talking Heads. Tonight they're talking Jeffrey Combs and the roles you've missed or forgotten. Jeffrey Combs, roles you missed or forgotten. Special guest host Chad Jennings of Bonehead Weekly. Go to YouTube and look for at Fear the Talking Heads. I have never said that wrong. And Barb in the chat room last week accused me of saying that wrong. Barb, I'm calling you out. I don't remember ever not adding the fear of the part. At Fear the Talking Heads.
Am I done with banners?
I think we're done with banners.
Don't take any more calls from Adrian on Fridays.
Now that was.
Oh.
I've done forgot who we now. Anyway, that's a very. Now somebody in the chat room asked any more announcements. Not tonight. We're done. But yes, we do still have more celebrity announcements. Brandon's been on vacation for the last week. We're lucky we got the two because he vacations in like Jackson, Kentucky. and the internet there is still like dial-up. So yeah.
Barbara still says you said it wrong.
Oh my gosh.
I did not say at the Talking Heads. I always say at Fear the Talking Heads. She is still in that chat room. I might have done it once, but I work really, really hard to get there. What the hell are you hugging, Rob?
I have security issues, so I keep. Okay, so I don't know that I'll get it finished, but this is a potential Scarefest weekend attendee. I might have to bring him with me. So
Okay.
he's just a mask. No, he's not a full makeup or anything, but and we're not allowed to use the very copyrighted name of this character. But this would be our lovely Christmas monster.
You can't say that now. I can say it, but I could.
You might be able to say it. Oh, look, you green screened me, and I think he disappeared.
No, he's showing on my screen.
That's fabulous. You know, I don't like doing camera because normally I have green hair. Pieces of my head disappear when I go on webcams. So right now I don't have green hair. So I was like, okay.
Interestingly,
but now you made my face disappear.
This is a weird thing about my OBS studio. On the Zoom, it's gone. Yes, you're right. Green disappears.
Oh my gosh.
On the broadcast screen, everything is right. The little green.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So they can see.
Yes, people can see that. They actually can.
They can see my
logo. Scarefest
Christmas monster.
Christmas monster.
Christmas monster. Anyway, no, I have to. If he's going to make it, I've got to do a whole lot more work on costuming and other things. And right now, I'm really focused on this advanced workshop. Let me just tell you something. This thing is some shitload of work to set up and get these kits and assemble all this. And here's the deal on it. I'm making 30 of these kits. I'm splitting them to whatever conventions I teach, but there are 30 people who are ever going to get this class ever in their lives because I'm never doing this again. So I have to make about 140 individual prosthetics by hand for this. 30 people, 4 per student, and then you've got to have different skin tones, and some people are allergic to this or can't touch that or something. So yeah, it's a lot of work. So
I like making a new photo. Quick question before we go to break though. Okay, back to the makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Is cold cream still the best way to get rid of this shit once you've had it on?
No.
What is best?
Well, no, there's no best. So you have to understand what you put on yourself, okay? And particularly with adhesives, right? If you're going to get an adhesive and stick something to your face, get the remover that's for that adhesive, right? So spirit gum remover won't work on a silicone adhesive, or cold cream's not going to take off an alcohol-based paint, that kind of stuff. So you got to match it up with whatever you put on. It's not necessarily universal, right?
Well, let's say before Scarefest coming up in October,
Yes.
It's almost Halloween.
Yes, sir.
And somebody was just to like go in Walmart
Mm-hmm.
and buy a package of that. Looks like paint by numbers paint that comes in the Halloween.
It does look like paint by numbers paint, but that's what most people, that's what we have, right? Not necessarily what I have, but that's what I teach because that's what people can
get.
That's
the first thing I used. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's soap and water stuff, so that's pretty easy.
So is the cold cream overdoing it on that? Because I'm pretty sure I use cold cream.
You're probably better off with just soap and water, to be honest.
But it made my skin so soft and supple.
Well, you can do that. You can moisturize yourself later in a private room where
I look like an old ball glove, and you know it.
Hey, check out the bags under these puppies, baby. Look at that.
I was actually on I think it was on TikTok. Somebody was giving advice. I think it involved cucumbers and how to get rid of the bags.
Oh, God.
I should try that. Everybody, we're going to do Bonehead Weekly, and we'll be right back with a few more words about Haunters Against Hate and their upcoming convention.
Hey, Scarefest fans, this is Joe Lewis of Bonehead Weekly, and this week's review is one of those Hulu's exclusive. Yes, you can watch this on the Hulu's, and that's just for someone out there who messaged me and said it was funny when I did it. This week, we're talking about 2022's The Lair. Now, why would I be watching a low-budget film about some sort of creature in Afghanistan that lives below the sand that the Royal Air Force Captain Sinclair, played by, doesn't matter. She is shot down, goes in, sees it, gets out, and then the movie kind of starts from the second act on. Why would I be doing that? Because it's directed by Neil Marshall. If you don't know who Neil Marshall is, Neil Marshall directed The Descent, one of my favorite horror films in the last 25 years. Dog Soldiers, one of my favorite werewolf films of all time, in the top 5 or 6, and a host of other things I liked. Some of your favorite episodes of Game of Thrones, directed by Neil Marshall. He has made a couple of movies low budget in the last few years. They find this creature, get out, then she ends up at some base that finds her, and these are like the screw ups. In fact, the joke even in the movies, like we're the dirty half dozen, right? They help her. The creatures come out, attack. We find out that the major used to be a colonel and has been sent off. It's convoluted. There's a lot of bad acting in this. Charlotte Kirk's good, but a lot of the support, oh my gosh, the guy that plays the major's southern accent is so bad. How bad is it? It is so bad. That being said, it's Neil Marshall. Ooh, I want to like it. It suffers a lot from its low budget. The creatures look okay. The story's okay, but if you've seen Dog Soldiers, it's kind of the same plot framework. If you've seen Aliens, if you've seen any of these movies, that's it. I like the last 20 minutes of it quite a bit. You always hear me complain about the third act. I like the last 20 minutes of it. The last minute or two is stupid, but the explanation of the creature and how they came, and there's some historical context to it. It's okay. Just some of the dialogue is just so bad, and some of the acting is so bad, but it's Neil Marshall, so he gets a lot out of a really low budget movie. In fact, I was watching the credits, and it was one of the CIA guys that comes in at the end, and I was like, oh, it's Neil Marshall. It's a really low budget film, but he gets a lot out of it. Should you watch The Lair 2022 on Hulu? If you like creature features, this is a really solid B movie. It really is. It sounds like I pointed out all the flaws, but it's not a terrible movie. I enjoyed it. Will I ever watch it again? No. This is a solid B, B minus, C plus, something right around there. I don't do that. I don't give you scores. But should you watch it? Yeah. Is there a lot of blood and guts? There's some. The CGI looks bad. The creature looks okay. They get a lot out of 2 or 3 suits, if you get my drift. It's okay. It's an okay movie that you can check on the Hulus if you have the Hulus. Should you go out and get Hulu? No. If you love The Descent, if you love Dog Soldiers, this is like an appetizer kind of thing for those. There's nowhere near as good as those other movies that he's done. But if you've had Hulu and you're like, oh man, I've seen Aliens 500 times and I've seen this 500 times. I really want to watch a men on a mission and a kick-ass woman who's a pilot go fight some creatures. This'll do. That's what it is. It'll do. It'll do, pig. It'll do. This has been Joe Lewis of Bonehead Weekly, quoting Babe.
And he quoted it incorrectly. It's "that'll do, pig." I'm pretty sure, unless the whole
story of my life.
Yeah, that's it. What is the name of that when you remember something that is not the way it is, and they decided that the Earth
old age.
No, they told me the Earth ended in 2012, and we're living in a alternate timeline now.
I think the technical name for that is bullshit.
Well, I didn't say I agreed with it. I just said that's there's a word. Anyway.
Yes, bullshit.
While
that may
we
be
break,
2 words.
I did pull up the schedule. Everybody, you need to go to HAHTheevent.com. HAHTheevent.com. Click on the schedule link. Our good friend Ken Boggle's doing a gallery reading.
Yes.
Now, the next one makes my ass itch. And you mentioned it. the Ouija and other ways to talk to the dead. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I guess maybe if you're going to do this, be safe. But too much information in the hands of the masses just worries me.
Well, I'm not letting them do it in the same room I'm using. Let's put it that way. So we moved them like down the hall just a little bit, and you were asking me, what's in my kit. There might be some holy water in this one when I head down, just a little spray bottle just in case. So yeah, the Ouija's going on, and the Wicca thing. I'm kind of.
That looks interesting. I'd like to know.
Yeah, it does. I'm not
the biggest
Wiccan,
problem,
but...
and this I shouldn't even get into. I'll get dirty emails. There are so many. Wicca is split up so many different ways.
Oh yeah.
From what I've observed, that nobody really knows the big picture. At least I've not met anybody, and it kind of falls into one of those. They're wrong, I'm right, but we love them. That kind of thing. So just saying. But this might be a genuine expert on Wicca. Now, interestingly, the Lugosi Theater that you mentioned, come take a bite and learn about all things Dracula with Bobby Lugosi. I absolutely love that Bela Lugosi's grandson, I think you said, his name is Bobby.
I believe that's who it is. Now, don't quote me on that, but that was the best I could.
You got the name. Okay.
I could
Maybe
find
not. False advertising. There's some guy that liked the name.
But yeah, I believe that they are somehow connected genetically.
Cool. And
yeah,
okay,
very cool.
Main reason I bring all this up is because if you go to that page, if you scroll down, you might have to zoom in because they didn't make the graphics clickable. It's
right.
Like one of the things I have to explain to Brandon Griffith all the time. But the schedules are there, so you can zoom in on your phone or on your desktop. They do the schedules up Friday, Saturday, Sunday with lots of notes. So I'm just saying, if you're interested, go see what they actually have to offer. That is coming up 8th through the 10th of August, and
indeed,
that's what I got.
AI says that Bobby Lugosi, there is no evidence to suggest that he is a direct kin to Bela Lugosi.
Well,
it's on the internet. It must be true.
Yeah, I mean, what are the odds?
If you were going to have somebody give you a blood test, can you think of a better person than somebody talking about vampires?
Exactly.
There are rumors. Let's put it that way. I heard somewhere that there was, and maybe I shouldn't have spit that out without proof, but that's what I was told.
Could be my kid.
Could be your kid.
The 80s was a wild time.
Trust me, if I hadn't been gay, I'd have a few out there of my own. But yeah.
Okay, now that's a good soundbite. That might replace my Scarefest radio, the radio you can see that. Everybody, this has been Scarefest TV. I really do hope you come and see us. I think we'll have representatives at the convention. I know I won't be there. But I will be in
somebody is
next week.
There. You guys do have a table.
Yeah, we always have a table. I don't know who's going to run it. I bet it ain't me or Adrian because Adrian's got enough on her plate for all this. But anyway, that's beside the point. We will see you. I'll probably try to do a live next week. But if I don't make it, first guest of next month is Beatrice Popley.
Wes has a boner.
I will then. Everybody, see you then.